We got Choco and his friends Prio on the server, but he might not be interested in the current builds of what we have to offer, but he might be interested in what we're doing next. Soon. I say soon because we have a timeline, but we don't know. It's Daisy, you know? You start adding or editing, and then all of a sudden everything breaks. I gotta talk to the team and see how the progress is going tonight. To see if our timeline, our internal timeline is making sense. I don't know what I'm looking for here. I guess food? Any little bit of food will help. Weren't you making a game or something? Yeah. I have multiple meetings a week about the game that we are building with Splash. It's awesome, truly. It's awesome to see it take shape, you know? It's awesome. Really cool. And I can't wait to share more about the game that we're building when the time is right. You know? I can't just share stuff on my own free freaking agenda, just being like, yeah, here's some info. Slap in the face to the rest of the people working on the game, right? Can't do that. It's gotta be planned. So, I don't have oh, I do have chlorine tabs. Okay, let's get some more water. Are you playing with a filter? No, I'm low blood. That's why I have no color. If you look at the bottom right, my little blood icon's yellow. It went from red to yellow, so as that up arrow is telling you that it's going up. So I'll have some color here soon, maybe 10 minutes from now. Is there any info about when it'll come out? Nope. Trust me, I would tell you that. There's an animal. I wonder if I hunt the animal instead of fish. Let me hear it. That way. What type of game is it? Hey, that's a question I can answer. All these questions I can't answer. I can't answer when it's coming out. I can't answer price points or any of that. But what type of game is it? It's a... the game that we're building is an open world survival shooter. If you're asking what type of game is this that we're playing right now, this game is called DayZ that we're playing. Just a little survival game. Old as fuck. Dated as fuck. But still, it's old and gold, you know? Old but gold. Will the game make me happy? I hope so. Hope it makes a lot of people happy. I can tell you immediately that people were going to be upset because me and Chris, streamers, are working on it. There's a couple of those weird people out there that just will instantly just be like, nope. Game developer working with streamer? But those are like such... those minority, really. Like, so small. Okay, where's this animal? I don't hear it anymore. Listen. Someone killed this animal. They had to have. There's no way that this animal... Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Hannah. You're amazing. This food was amazing. You're amazing. Thank you. You look amazing. Thank you. I think someone killed this animal. It was crying. It was mooing. It was crying. And now it's not. So I have a feeling this animal is still... or this animal is dead. Wait, listen. Yeah, nothing. Someone killed this animal for sure. which could be good. I mean, bad too, because I'm low health. If I get in a fight right now, I'm gonna fucking fold. I'm literally gonna melt if I get into a fight right now. But if I can get the jump on somebody, I don't really like starting a character that I already have. It makes for an awkward life. I don't go through like the struggles of being a new character, you know? I'm fucking giga geared, have 3 extra mags, have an armored plate. Some of the most fun content in day. Oh, a tent. Interesting. Garden lime revolver. Okay. It's a neat little spot for a tent. It looks really cute. Someone killed this fucking animal. For sure. These animals cry and cry so often. They don't shut up. So, the fact that it did shut up means someone shut it up. For sure. I don't know where the animal might have been, though. We're getting close. Anyone could be in these woods. It's all about who sees who first. Pretty much. It's not always entirely true because people miss and stuff, but for the most part, that's true. Which map is this? This is Shannar's. I'm just deep in the north. Do you have to have friends to play this game? No. I think actually a lot of people would tell you that it's best played alone. You don't have to share anything with anybody. You know, less mouths to feed. Less lower profile. You know, less likely you'll get spotted. But of course, when you do get spotted, you're by yourself, which is a little scary. Nobody's got your back. But it's not a bad game alone. It's really not. It just sucks when you have that chance of running into like a 5-man. We just introduced a 5-man group being the max. Because there was people running around with like 8 people before. 12 people. 16 people. We've seen 16-player groups on the server. So we just introduced a rule to make it 5. Because, I mean, 5's still a lot. Don't get me wrong. But it ain't 10, you know? Is Greyman heavily modded? It's got a lot of mods, I'd say, yeah. I think it's on the heavier side of mods. It's not like insanely heavy. It's just, it's got some mods for sure. The release date for your game, or is that far off? You can't share release dates. Is DayZ still run by Bohemia? I believe. So? Why does the grass lower the bitrate? The grass doesn't lower the bitrate. It just doesn't have enough bitrate to keep up with the grass. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of this grass isn't making my bitrate go lower. My bitrate is just struggling to keep up with the grass. In order to play this game and make it look nice and buttery smooth on stream, I would probably need about 15,000 bitrate. Which is double what I use right now. I would need double my bitrate, pretty much. So. This, I believe this is the trader location. Yeah, it is. No trader, though. Interesting. I wonder where he moved to. I only know a few locations where the specialist trader goes. There's this one, and then there's one near, actually near where you spawn. I don't know where the others are. I want to know. I want to know if we should revamp that. I want to really get some. I really want to get some community feedback on how we should do the traders, because I thought it was cool because you get to like learn where the traders go and then check where they are often. The only problem is not many people do that. And I wonder if we should make it a little easier so that more people do it, or is the difficulty fine where it's at? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's a tough one. Everyone's going to say different. Everyone's going to have different answers, you know? Ooh. Fuck. Hell yeah. Soink it. Nah, I don't need one, I don't think. Should never make anything easier? That's just not true. IMO. Depends on how good the trader is, I would assume. Well, now that the server has been out for a while, I could kind of explain how the traders work. Basically, there's 5 different traders, each selling different things and buying different things. You know, there's like high-tier weapons, mid-tier weapons, hunting, there's clothes, and I'm missing one. I forgot what I'm missing. And then each one of those traders have multiple locations they could spawn in. So you may go to a tent that has a campfire lit and you know a trader's location is there, and you would check it and it's not there. But maybe tomorrow it would be there. And that could be, I think there's over 25 locations that traders can spawn at. So 5 traders, over 25 locations they could spawn at. That's a little, we made it hard on purpose so that it would feel like you got a really big advantage finding a trader. Like you keep that close to your heart and you're like, yes, I found this trader. That's great. I'm going to try to utilize it. But I wonder if we should make it a little easier. I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough call. Also, I need food. So, is there some water near me? Define easier. Okay, easier would be, imagine there's 5 traders, 25 plus locations. That's what we have now. Imagine we make it so that one trader, maybe there isn't 5, maybe they're not split up that way, maybe there's only 3, and they buy and sell more. And there's only 15 locations where they're at. So that way you don't have to find as many spots where they could be hiding. That would technically make it a little easier, but it would still be kind of hard. Or another alternative is make stuff cheaper in the traders, so that way when you do find it, you feel like you can actually buy something. That is also an idea. Alright, we need to fish. So we need to go to some water somewhere. The biggest complaint I hear is traders are never there. Yeah, well, that's exactly the reason why they feel like they're never there, is because there's 5 separate traders at 25 plus locations that they could be at. So that would mean you would have to know every single spot that they could spawn in order for you to find them. My question is, maybe that's too much. Maybe there's way too much RNG because the map's huge, right? You'd have to go all the way to like the east side of the map, look at all the locations at the east side of the map, then go to the north side, look at the locations there, go to the west side, look at all the locations there, and then hopefully you would have found the trader after hours and hours. And now maybe you can do something with that information, but probably not because it's also expensive. So maybe if we just make it so there's less traders, like trader locations, it might feel a little bit better. What if you know all the spots and just get unlucky sometimes? Exactly. That's the thing. You might know all 25 plus locations, but you just run to the wrong one. Fuck. You run to the wrong one. Fuck. You run to the wrong one, right? Okay, we're looking for a... Trader should have one free item. That's actually possible to do. So the first person to find a trader gets a free item. That's possible, actually. There's like water nearby. I just don't know exactly where. Maybe over here? In this little dip. Oh, God. I don't know where this water is. We might have gone too far. I'm guessing traders here aren't safe zones. Yeah. There aren't safe zones, yeah. No safe zones on those traders. I think I went too far. Yeah, I think the water source. Oh, I'm so confused. What was it that made you come around to modded servers? Thought you didn't really care for heavy mods? Kind of needed to in order to create a little experience that we wanted to build. Without mods, you can't really curate or change the experience too much. We are revamping the experience that we have now. As you guys know, with how the server works, there's the 5 different vaults. Yellow, green, blue, purple, red. And every time you open one, it tiers you up to the next. So then you can go yellow to green to blue. So as you guys know, that's how that works, right? We might try to change that experience a little bit. Maybe. Soon. Dude, where is this water? It's like somewhere around here. There it is. Kind of sketch. Honestly. Kind of sketch. But hey, we need to fish. Okay, now we need to find a stick. A little branch that we can cut. That bush looks good. Change meaning chance to skip up a tier? No, change meaning making making them in more locations where you have to fight over them, kind of. Because right now it's really easy. There's like 7 yellows and like 6 or 5 greens and like 3 or 4 blues and 1 purple and 1 red. Oh no, did I just get hand bugged? Motherfucker. I might have just gotten hand bugged. Digging up worms in this game is so annoying. Does your server ever wipe? Yep. Because the server's fresh, we have to like think about when a wipe's coming. But yeah, wipe is coming. Definitely soon. Server's almost been out for a month, I think, right? I actually don't know how long the server's been out for. Do you guys know? Can anyone go back to our tweets and see? I don't tweet very much, so it'll probably take you like 5 seconds to figure it out. I think 2 fish should be enough. Hopefully no one's here having the same idea. That'd be really awkward if someone had the same idea as me. How come I saw the prompts? That's weird. Why don't you play PUBG anymore? Because it's fucking shit, man. Let's play PUBG 2. Let's get a new one going. Alright, 1 fish. Check. We might actually need more than 2 fish, potentially. Why don't you like Escape from Tarkov anymore? I mean, it's only good at the beginning for the fresh couple wipe, or the fresh wipe or whatever, and then it's kind of ass. But it's actually like double ass right now. Actually, it's triple ass, because the game is still bad, and the cheaters are bad now. So it's like triple ass, because 1, it's late and wipe, game is bad, plus cheaters are bad. Tarkov's in a, pretty trash state, unfortunately. Alright, let's cook. Last time I said that, I died, so... Alright. Break this down. How do I break this down? Use my knife, right? The more popular the game, the more cheaters? Not necessarily. Oh shit, I don't have room for this rope. What do we do about that? Drop 545. Oh, I already have rope. Oh, what the fuck? I mean, I could technically take 2 ropes, I guess. Alright, so we got our food. Let's back away from this water source. And let's go make some... Let's go cook a little bit here. Got a little portable cooker, you know, so it's okay. Drop this bad boy. Oh, I had bacon. The fuck? Alright, well, what I can do is while I cook this fish... Open up this bacon. And eat it. And then I'll have a bunch of cooked fish. Have you ever gotten stream sniped on this server? I'm not sure. The 8R semi-auto on the server, right? Yeah. It's a nice 8R? Oh, yeah. I haven't got to use it yet. I got blasted a bunch and barely made it out, but I haven't gotten to use it on anyone. So, hopefully when I get to use it, it'll be good. Is that the 8R from the Snafu Weapons mod? Yeah. We're trying to actually work with Snafu to make some more exclusive stuff for our server. Right now, Grayman's in an awkward place, or it might feel like it's in an awkward place for a lot of people. But that's mainly because we were running the game. Or running the server, sorry. We were running the server. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? I was overcomplicating that. But yeah, Grayman was and is starting to get into a better place. Simply because we, the way this server started was just like, hey boys, like, wanna make some cool shit? Yeah, sure. And then it was just some homies just working on the server, doing some stuff that we think we would like. And then we launched it. And that was it. But now we quickly realized a lot of people want to play whatever the fuck we have, okay? So then we had to kind of go back and like figure out, I guess, management in the sense of making sure things are being made and managed correctly rather than just homies just doing their own thing. Because if you have a server with homies just doing their own thing, people are going to go off the rails and potentially do their own thing when the group didn't want to do something like that. So, as of right now, Grayman's in like an interesting management position where we have Shannon, which is Sacril's wife, and she's really, 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 really good at management, really good at keeping kind of things under control. So right now we kind of positioned her in that position. So once everything is set, everyone's in the roles that they're supposed to be in, and everybody's reporting to the right places, we will be able to pump out way more stuff way faster. Positioned in position. Yeah, well, positioned in like roles, right? Not, I mean, that's kind of what I meant. When everyone's positioned in the right role, right? If you have one person doing everything, that's no good. And that's kind of what we had right now. We had like Limitless, who was doing all of the stuff on the server in the sense of like changing the XML and changing all the files, everything on the tools, the CF tools system, whatever the fuck, Omega tools or whatever the hell that shit's called. He was basically doing all that, but at the same time, he was also doing events and also doing admin stuff, reporting on tickets, and he was just doing all of these things, but no one person should do everything, right? So that's kind of the position we were in. We were in like an awkward spot where everybody was doing everything, and it was feeling a little weird. So we're basically have Shannon to come in and fix all that. And we've also expanded. We've got a few more people on the team now. A lot of the people on the team were from my community, and now we have some people on the team from Sacril's community, thank goodness. No offense to my community, but we're a little bit all over the place. But that's just because I'm all over the place. I'm not a very organized person. Meanwhile, Chris and Shannon and their team are way more organized than I am. My shit's all over the place. Dude, how am I still yellow blood? Holy fuck, just give me some fucking life. Let me fucking... Let me breathe. You know what? Maybe I should just go die. Because then I'll get what I want. A nice fresh life. Ooh, nighttime's coming, though. Nighttime's coming. I could utilize these NVGs. Cyanides has taken offense. Nice. Yeah. I mean, my mods are great. Don't get me wrong. My mods are great, but we're not like organized in the sense of like I'm not commanding them per se. You know, I'm not setting them up in the right spots to do the right things on my channel. My channel's kind of like a free-for-all, you know? Do whatever the hell you want. You want to do more? Great. You want to do less? Sure. You don't want to be here? Fuck it. Don't be here. It's kind of like me when I go live. It's also like I would love to be more organized, but at the same time, that's just copium. That's me just saying I'd love to be that. I don't think that's true. I don't think I'd love to be organized. I like exactly what I am, which is someone that doesn't give a fuck when I roll out of bed to go live on stream. Doesn't give a fuck when I end. Doesn't really care too much about what's happening in the chat. I mean, sometimes I do. Sometimes you guys are a little fucking ruthless, but for the most part, I don't care. Oh fuck, that scared me, dude. I thought that was like the two-man group or something. That spooked me. I could find some food. I don't need food. What am I saying? I got fish. I'm gonna go to Tizzy and die, I think. Fuck it. Whatever, man. I need a new life. New lives are where it's fun. When you have all of the loot in DayZ, this is why DayZ kind of sucks, in my opinion. And it's a shitty loop. When you have everything in DayZ, you have nothing at the same time. Because you have nothing to work towards. You just have everything. When you play as a fresh spawn in DayZ, there's so much to work for. You need better armor, you need better clothes, you need a better scope, you need a better gun, maybe a suppressor. Same as Rust. I mean, Rust is like at least if you have everything, you can go fuck people over and go raid some bases and shit. So at least that's kind of cool. But in DayZ, literally, if you have everything, that's it. You're done. Like, your only job is to die and do it again. This is where base building comes into the game. That's just base building just hurts the game more. I even think tents hurt our server. I genuinely think tents hurt our server on this server. I wanted to try it because I thought it was cool, and I thought it might have been like a nice way to give somebody a little bit of a base, I guess. That only hurts more. Because all that does is like, okay, I have all the loot, and now I have a base, and guess what? Now I have all the loot when I die and spawn back again. That just makes the problem even worse, right? I don't think base building is at fault here. I think just DayZ is at fault, period. But yeah. You never want to be in a position where you have everything. If the loop was always like... If the gameplay loop of DayZ was always like fresh spawn, run around, get some loot, get a couple kills, get some more loot, get a couple kills. Oh, I'm almost at the end game gear. Fuck, I died. And you just do it again, and then eventually you touch the end game gear, but then you die shortly after. And if the loop was like that, and just fast, it'd be better. And I say fast with like quotations. I don't mean literally 5 minutes. I don't mean like rearmed. I don't mean like that. I don't mean that fast. Rearmed's a little fucking crazy. I just mean instead of taking like this character's been alive I think for 28 hours. So instead of a character getting fully geared in 12 to 16 hours, like why not have a character get fully geared in 4 to 6 or 3 to 6? Stuff like that. I want a survival buff. The more you're alive, the faster you run. So we're already working on a mod that is a survival buff, essentially, yeah. But like I said, that's I think the entire problem of DayZ is just DayZ. itself, right? The entire problem of a lot of these survival games is the survival games themselves. And they're really tricky. Survival games are really tricky to find the right balance when building a survival game is insanely hard, because it's not just, you can't just like make a survival game and just like test it for like a few minutes with the team and be like, okay, that was good. Like you know, like in Call of Duty, sure, you test the game, you go in a 5v5, you go in a 6v6, you go in a 10v10, whatever. You play a match for a few minutes, and you're like, boom, okay, that was some good testing, guys. But with a survival game, it doesn't work like that. It's its own fucking beast. You need to spend countless hours and days just testing alone. And even those tests might not, like, you probably need more than that. You probably need hundreds of days of testing to even find that right balance. Why am I going in this? What am I doing? I gotta go to Tizzy when it's... Why is there so much paper in here? I gotta go to Tizzy while it's nighttime. Take advantage of it. I don't need loot, but take advantage of the sense of, like, if people are lurking around, I could get into a fight at Tizzy. I don't remember where Tizzy is. Fuck. Oh, God. I forgot where Tizzy was. I think it's this way. Oh, God. I think it's this way. The nature of the long game loop. Yeah, exactly. The long game and persistent worlds of a survival game is the hardest part. That's so hard to balance. I mean, hey, we're building an open world survival game, and those are some of the things that we're dealing with right now, you know? Survival games, they ain't easy, and there's a reason why not a lot of people make them. Well, the main reason why not a lot of people make them is because they have a formula that prints money, and they just keep doing that, right? That's the main reason why nobody makes survival games. Why risk making a different game when you could just keep making the same game and make infinite money? Not a lot of devs take the chance, which is why I'm so happy that Splash Damage was on board of making a survival game. Because it's you know, it's a way bigger risk than taking on a game that you know will work and just making a second version of it, you know? MMOs are also risks? Yeah, oh yeah. MMOs are also risks too. Yeah. Yep. There's a few games that are. Survival games are risks. MMOs are risks. I mean, at the end of the day, any game you make is a risk, right? It really is. The games that aren't risk, the games that are risk-free and that's it, they're easy, are games that have already worked once, and you could just keep slapping on more of them, right? Call of Duty, Battlefield, fucking Assassin's Creed, any IP that you just slap another number or another game title on it, and it'll just sell hundreds of millions of dollars. Risk-free. You can't fuck those up. Do you think DayZ would work with some kind of endgame? Oh, for sure. The problem is not so much DayZ working with endgame, it's how long it takes to get to endgame. So think about it like this, right? Let's say you add some DayZ endgame, and like, yeah, you're giga geared. You need to go here because you're giga geared. But what are you going there for, right? If you need to go somewhere to be giga geared, and you need to be giga geared, and what are you getting? More gear. You don't need any more gear. You're already giga geared, and that's the problem that DayZ has. So you need to like almost balance it in the sense of you can only get Giga Gear if you go in this area with medium gear, and now you'll get your Giga Gear out of it, right? You could do that. That'll work. And that's kind of what we tried to do with our server. But DayZ is DayZ at the end of the day, and it's hard to kind of tweak those values to make it that way. That's kind of what we tried to do. We tried to do that with our keycard and vault system. We tried to reward the player for having medium gear and having map knowledge to then hit the vaults to then get Giga Gear. The problem is, what's next? When you have Giga Gear, that's kind of it for you. You kill someone with, like, if I was to kill somebody right now, I would not even loot them. If I was, like, right now I'm in one of the hottest military locations, right? If I was to kill somebody right now, I would not fucking loot them. No reason to. You're a fast sucker. Jesus. You could help freshies out. Yeah, that's true. Well, that's why a lot of the big DayZ content creators, they're not these turbo PvP gamers. They're all about community and like talking to people in game and meeting them like that, because that's the only fun thing about DayZ. Running around turbo fighting each other is fucking pointless. It's literally pointless. And that's the fault of DayZ and DayZ alone, right? And that's why so many other maps work, like the Malsk and stuff. Okay, so I think it's really dark out, right? Yeah, it's really dark. Okay, so I need to take advantage of this. The problem is I can't aim down my sight. So that's a little awkward. Could you maybe use a hollow? Oh, perfect. Okay, let's run out the hollow for now. Dude, you should see how some of the people play, by the way, in our server. It's not even our server, it's just how some people play in DayZ. There's people that have proned for 40 minutes across the whole map. They've gotten from like one city to another, proning and crawling the entire way. There's people who have sat in a bush just like this for an hour. There's people who have been in a shed for 2 hours. It's fucking insane. Imagine being in a shed and holding a door for 2 hours. I'm not kidding. That's not an over-exaggeration. We've seen it with our own 2 eyeballs. It's crazy. It's crazy. That is just the most level, that's the biggest level of dedication I have ever seen. And that's part of the reason why a lot of people are like, where's the PvP at? Well, I mean, if you have 40 people doing that. Well... Gun shoot. Someone's shooting with that gun? How? How do they see anything? Oh, I can't open that. If I'm a player right now in this darkness, I'm waiting in a building or waiting in a shed and waiting for it to go away and holding the door. In this is the time of day where I understand why someone would play that way. Right? It makes full sense, right? It's dark, you can't see anything. Wait until nighttime. Oh my god. Oh, no, 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 what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck was that? I was just trying to take the battery. Oh my god, imagine I died right there. Oh, holy fuck. Why'd that happen? That scared the shit out of me. I thought I was dead. I thought someone was looking at me. That was it. GG. Sniped the fucking head. Okay, so there's a bundle of loot in that tree. Loot lasts a while, so that could have been a fight from like 4 hours ago. Doesn't mean the fight happened now. These NVGs look different. Is that just me? Oh, it's because I'm wearing my sunglasses with them. I wanted to see what was, I want to see what was on that body. Damn, how are you... Brother, you for real? These zombies feel faster than before, from the last time I played. Or I've just gotten 2 random zombies that are quick. Still dark? Yep. My blood's almost full. That's also a flaw of Daisy. Some people have fear of losing gear and play super slow, cautious of a result. Yeah. Trader J is looking for some driver's help while the mission is located somewhere north of Lapatino. Trader J north of Lapatino. That's kind of close to me. I mean, north of Lapatino is... I mean, kind of. Or that's like 4 kilometers from me. 6, maybe. 4 to 6 kilometers from my location. That's definitely Red Wing, Trader J. He loves being a trader. It's like his favorite thing, I swear. There was a really cool event where... let's see on the Discord. What does Trader J look like? Trader J looks like... Trader J is looking for survivors. Help on a mission. He's located somewhere north of Lapatino. He's on a bus. He's on an anime bus. Okay, interesting. If you go to our Discord and you look at event announcements, you'll see the announcement that was posted. And you'll see what the trader looks like and a rough location of where they're at. There was a really cool event that happened not too long ago where it was just essentially us spawning a car with a bunch of loose parts and then having a stash next to a hay bale with the rest of the parts, with the car battery and all that shit. So basically, if you found the area and you looked at Discord, you could maybe piece it together and figure out how to fix this car up. It was quite a cool event. I thought it was cool. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Bro, I just aggroed so many zombies. The fuck? There was an insane amount of zombies at that camp. I think daytime's coming. No, not yet. Nothing happening in Tizzy. I mean, it's dark, so if I'm anybody here right now, I'm not really looting. Like, how are you going to loot in the darkness, right? If I'm anybody at Tizzy, I'm hiding in a bush, or I'm hiding in a building waiting so that I can continue looting. Unless I have NVGs, then sure, loot in the darkness, whatever. That's fine. Is that the moon? Jesus, it's so bright. How long till daylight? It's not very long. It's like 15 minutes. It's basically just enough so that people with NVGs can exploit it and, like, you know, quick loot an area or quick clear a location, being in the comfort of their NVGs, and then just short enough so that somebody doesn't really care about waiting it out. You know, waiting it out ain't too bad if it's only 15 minutes. I actually think we moved purple to Tizzy. I don't know where, though. That's just what I heard. Someone's shooting. Someone's shooting. Someone's shooting suppressed shots. At the same time that I was shooting? How weird. Where, though? Couldn't have been that far. You can only hear suppressed. You could only hear from like 200 meters. I don't know. I have no fucking idea. Still a little dark, but it's getting bright soon. Sound bug? It could have been. You know the snaps that you hear? It definitely could have been that. I mean, it's for sure possible. It could have just been like the weird, like, echo from me shooting the floor next to that. I don't know. It sounded like really faint, but that's what it could have been. Alright, I don't need anything from Tizzy, so I'm just gonna go this way. Northwest Airfield always has some action. Oh yeah. I mean, it's nighttime, so I don't expect a lot of action kind of anywhere. It's getting brighter, though, so maybe 2 minutes, and I turn this thing off. Let's try to find the trader. So he's north of Lapatino, and he's on an anime bus. North of Lapatino, maybe he's in Vablovo. Maybe he's in the woods somewhere. The question is, if I meet up with a trader, what would I trade and what would I want? What's your favorite gun to use in vanilla? SVD, probably? Seeing so much green. Nice to be able to see. Do you not see a lot of PvP in DayZ? Nah. Not unless you're looking for it. You could play really aggressive to look for it, and you could go to locations that are pretty hot, and probably find it, but for the most part, no. You're not really finding a lot of PvP. What is that building? Where am I? I don't know. Where do I find a decent modded server? I mean, you could try ours. You could give ours a shot. Server's called Greyman. Greyman Summer and ours. Definitely give ours a shot if you'd like. We got some fine tuning to do on our server. Now that we've gotten a full almost month on our server, we've got some fine tuning to do, and it's in a place where, I mean, I don't want to say we don't like it, but it's in a place where we, I guess, didn't expect it. There's the amount of 338 rifles, the amount of red key cards that have been opened, the amount of just key cards in general, and the amount of loot that people have and plate carriers and stuff is just so insane. We definitely wanted people to get them. We just didn't think there'd be so many. There's a fuck ton. It's insane. Needs to be able to build bases, bro. Imagine the PvP on the raids. No. No bases. If anything, we'll do less bases. Like tons of loot in people's bases? Yeah, tons of loot in people's tents. Yeah. There's tents out there that have... It's just insane. There's tents and stashed loot it doesn't even matter. Like, there's people that have like 15 338 rifles. There's people that have like fucking 40 M4s and 40 fully automatic, like fucking 25 plate carriers. 6 red key cards stashed ready in case their stash gets hit. Like, whew. It's a lot. We got a couple ideas though to make it hopefully better than what it is right now. We just didn't expect people to be such gamers. That's all. There's straight people who run the server. Like, they are the red key card holders, and good fucking luck fighting them. When someone hits red, good luck. Like, when someone hits red, those people are on your ass. They're probably gonna find you. Shouldn't hinder a player's progress if they're willing to put in the time they deserve that loot. I mean, agree to disagree. We just essentially made tents a little too strong. And we thought it was going to be harder because we made them quite rare, but nope. I guess with enough people actively looking, they're not rare, right? If you have a group of like 10 people and you split up in 5s and then you just loot everything and you already have a place in mind for your tent stash, hideout, whatever. It's insane. There's groups out there that have like 16 plus people that play in the groups. Like they change in intervals. They're not always running at the same time, but that's essentially a clan running the server. That's like, no survival game should ever have a fucking clan running the server. Or else you just become like games like Atlas and shit. Where you got the fucking... What happened in Atlas? Didn't they have like the Red Baron or something that was just dominating? Okay, we gotta go to Lupatino. I want to find the Trader J. I think I'm going the right way. I feel like no building and no tents is pointless. I like building a base and fighting over it to raid another. But what are you doing that for? You got to think about that. You're not doing it for anything. If you have everything and you're raiding someone else that has everything, you're doing it to get a forceful engagement, sure. But what happens when they're not there? What happens when they're offline? Which they probably are not going to be there, and they're probably going to be offline. You're not going to get an engagement. So all you're doing is attacking someone that has everything while you have everything for no reason. It's pointless. It's literally pointless. It is a pointless loop. Now, I'd argue if you could be someone that has okay stuff and can raid a base, that's cool. Yeah, all right. Sure, that's cool. But when it's Rust levels of like base versus base, Giga geared versus Giga geared, you're not getting anything out of that. The reason why it works in Rust is because there's 500 player servers, and chances are when you shoot and you're raiding this base, explosives are going off, people will come. In DayZ, it's not going to happen. Nobody's going to come. There's not enough people. And even if they do come, who the fuck cares? You have everything. So it's all about it's not a loop that makes sense in DayZ, in my eyes. We tried to with this current server, we tried to make it so that tents were rare, code locks were rare. Or not as rare, but kind of rare, and then made hacksaws the way you raid tents, so that a medium geared person could potentially find a hacksaw and remember a location where there was a tent and get turbo geared, right? We tried to make it like that. But the players that were turbo geared gear up too fast and just keep stacking. Well, there was 5 tents, then there was 10 tents, then there's 15, then there's 25 tents. And then at that point, who cares if one person comes in and hacksaws it, right? Hacksaws are rare? Oh, yeah. Well, since we are getting closer to the wipe, we're going to change some things to make it more interesting. Hacksaws might be one of them. We might honestly make hacksaws, like, you just find them, like, everywhere. Because we're getting closer and closer to a potential wipe. I want like a 1 month wipe cycle. If there's tents. If there isn't tents and there's no bases, you don't even need a wipe. Why would you need a wipe if there's no bases and no tents? But because there are tents, we do need to have some sort of wipe. Because then the rich just get richer, right? Can you repair a hacksaw? No, it's one-time use. Are you wiping with 121? It depends when 121 comes out. Do we have a date on that? Dude, I am so far. I'm at the edge of Northwest Airfield. Actually, that's not far from Lapatino. So the trader said he was north of Lapatino. That could be any... Like, what does that mean? Maybe you know what that means? It probably means... It probably means that he's, like, just slightly north. He's probably, like, Lapatino's here, and he's probably just in, like, a tree line or a road, just a little bit north of the location. It's usually 2 weeks experimental before it's live. I don't know if we can wait 2 more weeks. Maybe. Something we'll have to talk about. We have a current date in mind that we'll let people know of soon so that they can get ready. We'll do a pre-wipe event. We'll make hacksaws super common. We'll make key cards more common. Bring helis in. Have crazy fucking events. Alright, we're almost at Lapatino. Kind of. Base building's fun. Just make it so there's no way to store loot in your base. So then what are you going to do? You're just going to sit there in a tower and just shoot people as they snipe? That's also really dumb, by the way. That is one thing that I hate about Rust. It's one thing I hate about DayZ modded servers. When there's the towers built up and somebody's just sitting in their base sniping other people, that shit is ridiculously dumb. So dumb. But yeah, if you have a base, if you make base building a thing and you don't have loot in it, what's the point? It's just there for you to grief other people. Pretty much. Nah, that's intense and fun. I would say it's intense and fun if loot is generated quickly. But here's the balance where it's hard. Here's where it's hard to balance. Like, rearmed makes it work. Because rearmed, you fucking... The first building you find, you get an M4. The second building you find, you get a fucking armor. The third building, you're fully geared. So, why rearmed makes it work is because rearmed is kind of just insane. It's just crazy. There's loot everywhere, right? But that's not what we want. We want the more traditional experience of, like, running around, taking your time, fishing, hunting for loot, hunting for animals. So that fight was at Northwest Airfield. Do I take a peek? Is it possible to limit the amount of tents per player? So one thing we saw with all these other players that are turbo geared with turbo tents is they don't have one account. They have multiple accounts. So if you were to gatekeep and say, yeah, per account, there's one tent. Guess what? These people have 5 accounts. I have 4 accounts, right? If I wanted to be that sweaty, I could do it too. Holy fuck. I want to fight that, but it's so far. Holy fuck, it's so far. How weird, I end up back here again. Interesting. I'm not going to be able to fight that, I don't think. Shit. 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 Sounds exploity if they have multiple accounts in the same area where they can spawn if they die. Yeah, I mean, if there's a queue, that's not really what happens. But you're right. If there was a server with 0 queue, you could absolutely do that. You could have multiple accounts. You could die in your, like, I don't know, you could die in your tent location, and then you could log on your other account really quick and then kill the guy looting your tent. You absolutely could do that. Our server has a little bit of a queue, so that was not very easy to achieve. But you could. You shouldn't let people run ults on your server. It ruins the game. I disagree. I don't really see how that hurts the game. Besides that one crazy scenario I just named. Right. That's a very rare scenario. That's not going to happen. Especially if there's a queue. It'll never happen that way with a queue, right? Also, there's no way to... I mean, there is a little bit of a way to monitor that, but if someone's using an IP, like a VPN, and changing their IP constantly, we'll have no idea. So it's not something you could really... It wouldn't be worth trying to enforce that, because people can easily... An admin just spawned on me, I think. Okay, Lapatino's here. Let's go try to find Trader J. Fuck all this shit. Trader J, where you at? North of Lapatino. I'm sure someone already found Trader J, and they're already on a mission together, but hey. Imagine having the work of doing that. Yeah. I mean, you can't really enforce a rule like that. Because all it does is just hurt the people that... You never want to hurt the people that play your game legit. Right? Or your server, whatever, right? It's kind of what Tarkov did. This fucking bit them in the ass, right? Tarkov's tried their hardest to fight RMT. And the more they fight it, the more they hurt their legit players. That is not a solution. By the way, that's not a solution. The solution to fighting a problem isn't hurting your real player base at the same time. That is not a solution. You should do nothing. If that's your if it's the choice of hurting your fucking player base and ruining their time to potentially fucking... Sorry, I'm fucking tripping, I think. Tripping, man. I'm tripping. That scope is nice. Oh, yeah. I can't wait to get shot in the back of the head and not use it. Fucking Daisy. Fucking Daisy. Okay, so there's an event close to me, north of Lapatino, and I'm... Wait. I don't know my directions. Oh, no, I do. That is north. Okay. Oh, my God. I thought I mixed up my directions. Okay, north. We're coming up to north of Lapatino. Let's hope I don't get shot in my fucking back. I want to see what this event's about. I mean, the event already might be underway. And if it's underway, then... sucks, I guess. But... let's see. We're looking for a bus with anime pictures on it. A bus with anime pictures. So here's Lapatino. And north of Lapatino, let me check the Discord and see if the event... Trader J is looking for some survivors. Help him with this. Locate someone north of Lapatino. So he looks like he's on a dirt path. And there's a bus on this dirt path. Okay. I think I know where he's at. But the mission already could have gotten